Hello everybody. Well, today is the retirement shave of the Personna 74 DE blade that I've been experimenting with. This is going to be shave number 30. Right here. 30 little dots. I started this experiment about 5 weeks ago. Did another little experiment. I just washed my face with just regular old Dove Beauty Bar, and I've had the soap sitting on my face. This is an experiment based on the Shaving Made Easy 1905 published book. I just take a damp washcloth and dry off. The theory that's presented in that book is that the soap interacts with the beard to not soften it, but to actually harden the bristles of the hair by removing the oil that's on the hair. And I don't know exactly what it is, if that's all there is to it. But I think there is something to it. So I've just been washing my face with any old soap, and that's what I've got available here. Occasionally I'll use an oatmeal soap that I think I got from Sterling Soap Company. I just wash off my face, and then according to Shaving Made Easy, you dry your face and you apply the lather on a dry face. But the experiment with the Personna 74, in the strictest sense, it's not going to be over because I'm going to still use that blade a little bit. But I'm not going to concentrate on it anymore. 30 shaves is plenty. Geoff Anderson gave me a sample of some Strop Shoppe. I've got the Russian tea sample. And I'm guessing this is a soft soap. It didn't really feel in it like it was a cream. It was in this little bitty baggie. I scraped that out as best I could, and I've put that in a bowl. And I'm going to use my vintage Badger blade that I've did some True Oil after working on the handle. I've just smeared that little sample in my bowl. I'm going to work it up with a damp brush. See how it goes. It's an interesting smell. It smells like tea. But I'm going to be using today a razor that I got a really good shave with early in the experiment. It's my Gillette new long comb on the fat handle, which even though it's a big handle, it makes it lighter. It makes the head a little bit heavier than the handle. But I really like this little brush. Don't know how old it is. It's at least 30 years old is my guess. It's going to be my travel brush for sure, because it's the smallest brush I've got. It'll add a little bit of water. But the interesting things that I've found in my journey with the Personna 74 are many. our level of technology, our level of craftsmanship in the ensuing years since 1970 when these blades were produced. Even though we might want to think that we're a more advanced and technological society, when it comes to computers we are, but when it comes to manufacturing and working with metals, I don't know about that, because these blades were just phenomenal. I can understand why they went out of production, because you buy these blades once and you can just keep on using them and using them and using them. Now granted, they're not stellar, luxurious, super sharp. After about 8 or 10 shaves, the quality went down a notch. The smoothness went down a notch. The sharpness went down a notch. But since then, I can't tell a discernible difference between shave number 10 and what I expect to be going on with shave number 30. Shave number 29 was just right in there, very enjoyable. That's pretty good lather. The scent of the Strop Shoppe is very, very mild, but I can detect the tea. It's a nice, pleasant smell. And then after I put the soap on my face, I'm going to let it set for just a little bit. And the idea with this is that the soap interacts with the beard, and the chemical reaction, particularly with, I think maybe a tallow soap might work better than glycerin, I don't know, but the interaction with the beard allows the hairs to be cut off cleaner, without as much pull, without as much tugging, because anybody that knows straight razor shaving, one of the tests is a drop hair test with a hair onto the blade, and a very real fine limp hair you can't do that test with, because there's not enough resistance on that hair for that blade to catch hold of it. So based on that, that's what's going to go. Shave number 30, the Personna 74 blade. Let me show you. I got the Personna 74 blade in here. Can you see it? Move it around a little bit, make sure it gets into focus. I am going to do long strokes, which, particularly on the first pass, with the grain pass, I can't tell any difference between a fresh blade out of any normal blade pack. No tugging, smooth. Don't have to do the short strokes. I think I posted the very first shave on October 10th. Which, man, I think I probably did that shave maybe a day or two before that. It's close to damn fine shave level already. I did some asking about pre-shave oil and stuff like that. And even some of the guys I knew that have been shaving for decades, wet shaving. And guys that remembering back their fathers and their grandfathers, they never did do pre-shaves. They never did do pre-shave oil. They never did do a pre-shave cream. Maybe Noxzema. Now, what I'd found in a lot of the other shaves is it's across the grain shave and against the grain that the long strokes can be a little tuggy just because the efficiency of sharpness and keenness is gone. I'm going to try some long strokes and see what goes. I don't feel any tugging. Now right here underneath my chin, that's where the toughest hair I have. And a couple of spots along my chin line, along my jowls. There's a little bit of resistance. And it's just the sensation, like I've said before in my posts, the sensation is like the beginning of a third shave on a blade that usually you get 3 shaves out of. It's not failing. But it's not got that super keen sensation. And right now, without washing off the soap residue, and I don't have a whole lot of water on my face, right now, this feels baby butt smooth. I see. Cotton ball. And a few little bitty pieces. A few little pieces. Now that I've washed off, it's damn fine shave level. Still got some stubble, different places. It's not bad. Now yesterday I did with super speed. I did a fourth pass. I'm just going to do some cleanup right along. Like I say, my difficult spots along my neck, the chin. What I found though with this Personna 74, which is the reason why usually an open comb didn't work as well, is it didn't like that layer of soap getting in the way. It doesn't like the pre-shave oils. This Personna blade didn't particularly care for them. Now, it's near baby butt smooth, from what I can tell. There's warm water. And here's some cold water. Now I've started using a washcloth and wiping down my face. I find that just splashing on water, I think left a little bit of that soap residue on my face. And it feels nice. Pretty smooth. Where'd my cotton ball go? There it is. A little bit, maybe. It's pretty close. A few little bitty strands, particularly down here. A few. Pretty good for 30 shaves. Okay. I'm going to use some of the Family Dollar Spice Aftershave. This is the closest that I remember of the Old Spice original Shulton concoction being. That's what I remember it. It's not an overpowering smell. There's just a little bit of tingle, just a little bit of burn. But what I've been doing is I'm applying aftershave on and then a lotion for moisturizing. I'm going to use just a little bit of the original aftershave conditioner. And put that on. In my research, what I've heard mentioned several times about aftershaves, aftershave balms, and there's so many opinions out there. You just gotta go with the ones that kind of sound more reasonable to you. But one statement that I've heard several different places is that if you're going to apply an aftershave that's got alcohol or something like that, yeah, you can do it first. That helps antiseptic, something like witch hazel, or an aftershave that if it's got a little bit of alcohol. Apply it. That helps be a little bit antiseptic, close the pores a little bit. Then apply your moisturizer on top of that. And then if you want a little extra boost as far as the aftershave scent, aroma, there's nothing wrong with putting another splash on after your moisturizer has had a chance to dry and to soak in a little bit. That's what I've been doing, and I like doing it that way. So, to review, Strop Shoppe Russian tea, I believe it was. Yep. Special edition Russian tea sample. It's a nice soap. Lathered well. Very, very mild aroma. I would, just for my personal preferences, would want something a little bit more potent as far as the aroma goes. Thank you, Geoff Anderson, for giving me that sample. I've got several others that I'll be trying that he gave to me. The Personna 74 blade. Phenomenal, phenomenal shaves. Based on today's shave, it would keep on going. I may post up another video later on, but I'm going to go on to some other things. I'm not going to focus on it like that I have been. 30 shaves. And they're consistent shaves. They're consistent, not super luxurious, not super efficient, but efficient enough. A utilitarian type of shave. Guys back in 1970, getting up every day, going to work, having to shave. What else do you need but a blade that just keeps on going and going and going and going? You load it in your razor, you clean it off, you rinse it off, you stick it on the shelf, you pick it up the next day. Now I've been cleaning the blade, wiping the blade off, putting it back in the wrapper. I've got my Barbasol that I sit here. I swoosh my razor in the Barbasol, shake it out, take the blade out, dry it off. That's what I did. Kind of sad to see me putting this on the shelf and it may not be successful. I have to pick it up again and just push it to its limits, but I don't want to have to be shaving with this blade whenever my next birthday comes around in April, because the way it's performing with proper preparation of your face, this blade could be going that long. Who knows? If you don't pay attention to those occasional little bits and pieces where you run across the tough beard in certain spots, you run across that and go, oh, it tugs when you're doing a real long stroke. And that's something to think about when you're just using your normal blade, is if a blade is tuggy, it may not be that blade's fault. It may be the razor that you're using. It may be the preparation that you did. It may be just a combination of conditions coming together that caused that tugginess at that particular point in time. That's the one thing I've learned in this whole process with the 74 blade, is that there are so many little factors of dialing in and figuring out how does this blade work. And that's what I've learned by the fact that this blade's got 30 shaves in it versus the regular 3 that I get from a standard DE blade. Now, as I go back and start working with some other blades, I don't know if 3 is going to be my standard anymore. I might bump it up to 4. I don't know. I definitely want to try out the other Personna blades. I really haven't done that yet. Particularly the Med Prep, and particularly the red, the crystal. Good blades. Good blades. I want to see what they do. I can't remember how many I've got on the Personna 74 in my injector. But I expect that injector blade to just keep on going and going and going and going. Because the combination of the tungsten steel and the titanium coating, it makes for a very, very tough, durable blade. That edge is preserved far longer than the normal stainless steel blades that we have today. So, that's my shave. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Leave comments. I'll get back to them as soon as I can, when I can find them. I think they're supposed to go to my email box now. See you on the Big Shave and the other forums that I belong to, the other groups. And until next time, have some good shaves. Try to be happy every day. But be safe. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.